St Stephen's Green Trust is an independent social justice grantmaker working across the island of Ireland. It has a 30-year history of grant making to support community-based activism and work to promote equality and social justice. The Supporting Intercommunity Practice and Activism programme is a $930,000 grant programme which funded 12 groups between 2019 and 2023 from all parts of the community in Northern Ireland. After 3 years of the support, there is evidence of grantees making a significant contribution to the overall programme outcomes. These included building of activist confidence, knowledge, capacity, skills, social inclusion, and active peace building, which individual activists engaged in despite often difficult circumstances. Grantee organisations have established connections with other community groups, with statutory bodies and elected representatives, which has actively contributed to greater understanding and reconciliation. Communities are directly benefiting from improved channels for dialogue, having previously marginalised voices heard and new services and resources created. In addition to this, there has been shared learning for all involved, including the St Stephen's Green Trust itself.
So I work for the Northwest Migrants Forum, an organization that focuses on minority ethnic people. The work we do with the grant that we got from St. Stephen's Trust is more of a campaign to change the common travel area rules. Many people may not realize that there is an invisible hard border in Ireland, and that only impact on a specific group of minority ethnic people. So if you are not an Irish or British citizen, you will require a visa. We feel this is discriminatory. We feel it is excluding a group of people who just want to fully integrate into society. So sometimes issues that impact on our community will not be prioritized. This grant has done that. It has prioritized a hidden issue that has been going on for quite a long time and help us to bring it to the surface.
My name is Frankie Quinn and my organisation is called ALU. It initially started as a single entity programme for ex-prisoners, not necessarily just Republican prisoners, and then it developed into a cross-community work within our community and other communities throughout Antrim, Derry, Tyrone, and also cross-border, right as far as Donegal and Monaghan, right as far as Dublin. Well, with the grant programme in itself, without the grant programme we wouldn't be there. And although we are involved with some other funders, this one has been by far the most useful, the most user-friendly, and the most accommodating and support-wise. And they use the networking for that support and training. We've developed serious training about it. We've developed serious confidence. And another woman from our women's project addressed this table actually the last time herself, and that's empowerment of somebody that wouldn't even speak, would squeak like a dormouse. Now she would eat me in the office and tell me to get out, and they're busy. You know, that's what you want. I want that. I need challenge like that. For me is a success. The best thing to come out of the grant for us has been facilitating and being allowed to use that money to bring in facilitators, experts for training. Like, we have 2 counsellors nearly flat out all the time, counselling all sorts of different kids, from kids right up to domestic violence, and it develops itself into all that. Domestic violence, sexual abuse, all sorts of everything that goes on within any community.
My name's Mary Murray. I work for an organisation called Turas Nadina, and off that we have a women's group called Earnest Empowered Women. So I've been working with them for 2 years. Our experience with St Stephen's Green has been very good. It has helped in that it has given our women a lot more confidence in themselves, and now some of them have become volunteers, and They have learned how to mix with other women because it's a rural area. They're very isolated, and they like to come together and talk to each other, and I suppose to get education, and then they can go out into the workforce.
My name's Rhonda Rainey and I work in the Carson Project. Primarily, I suppose, doing their admin and finance, but I do run the women's projects. Our organisation, we've been going, I suppose, for about 14 years, and it was primarily, again, set up for ex-combatants. Now, a lot has happened in that time. When I started in the Carson Project, I suppose, in 2017, I started to realise, God, I'm the only woman in here. There's no women coming through the door. So it's been a progression since then for me to be getting more women in through the door. I've got a couple of women in the committee, and I know that doesn't mean a lot to some people, but for me that is a big step. I just feel it's one of our best, they're one of our best funders. It allows us to be sort of flexible. We can sort of phone up, and Orla's very approachable. We can sort of change what the needs in the community are. So if I find that I really need to do something slightly different, it's workable with St Stephen's Green.